There are both similarities and differences for the social skills of a gifted child compared to a normal child. When we look at their interactions with others, they do really quite well in most social situations, especially when their parents have exposed them to different ages and experiences for people. As they start school, however, they tend to be placed with classmates who are not intellectually attuned to them, and those intellectual differences really mean differences in interests. This causes a little bit of problem because these brighter students are now going to seek out older children and adults for companionship. Many gifted children actually find it very difficult to find others with whom to form close relationships. Unless they get the support in developing these friendship skills, they're going to find venues where others who are like them congregate, and they may at times even feel like there could be something wrong with them because they don't have the same interests as those of their same age. Bossiness is one of the greatest accusations among these young gifted children. And it's not so much that they have to have their way, but more that they need to do something more interesting than a simple activity without any rules. They tend to have high energy levels, and they pour their energies into very complex games and activities. And their play activity is more interesting to them by adding these rules and embellishments and endeavoring to guide the less verbal age mates in this direction. Competitiveness and sportsmanship is incredible. So being competitive can be very natural, but losing and winning graciously have to be learned. So many parents initially are embarrassed that their children are competitive and very slow to show poor or good sportsmanship. They're actually relieved to learn this is actually normal in a young child, and that the intellectual child tends to be more competitive. They're intense, they're thorough, and their competitive nature many times is going to overwhelm friendships, siblings, and even parents. It takes careful consideration to guide them into appropriate reactions on how to win or how to lose. And they need to get control of their tempers, their intensities, and their interactive social skills by the time that they're really 10 to 11 years old. The way that the intellectually gifted child approaches play and their interest is really very complex and detailed. Their interests really generally lie several years ahead of their people or age mates and what those people of the same age group are doing. And although a number of experts on gifted children have noted that their imaginary playmates are really more common among these children than average children, really, honestly, they do exhibit a very rich, exhausting, and beautifully detailed fantasy play. When it comes to leadership, they love to be involved. This type of children, or the intellectually gifted child, loves performance activities. And even though they tend to be introverts or perfectionists and even somewhat unsure of themselves, they're very drawn to public activities where they can demonstrate their intelligence and their ability to really perform. They enjoy their greatest time in social interaction, acceptance, and in many times through sports. Others find it in non-sports related things such as music, swimming, golf. However, it's interesting that when gifted children are involved in sports, they usually are going to choose more individualized sports than team sports, such as tennis or skiing. Looking at these social life skills, remember that their social interactions tend to be more toward people who are intellectually their age level than those that are their physical age level. They can be bossy, but this is actually only a demonstration of their need to have ideas and activities that are more geared toward their intellectual level. Competition is a part of their social skill, as it is for all children, and they need to have some guidance on how to develop the attributes associated with good sportsmanship. Their interests are varied as well as their leadership skills.